So in this video, I'll talk a little bit about LTI. So LTI is Learning Tools Interoperability. And it's essentially a specification that allows LMSs and external tools to communicate with a common language, common protocol, in order to use those tools within the LMS and for information to flow back and forth. So it has multiple different specifications, and it's kind of grown over the years, but essentially the most up-to-date one is LTI 1.3 or LTI 1.3 Advantage. So what that looks like in AOM. So AOM has ability to operate as a tool, which means that another LMS, an external LMS, such as Canvas, Moodle, or any other LMS that supports LTI, the LTI protocol, can consume data from AOM or consume courses from AOM. So I'll quickly show, I've already set up parts of this. What I'll show is we have an integration here for publishing as an LTI tool. So what I've done is just registered a Canvas, self-hosted Canvas that we have just for testing purposes with the information that's required to essentially link the two. So for now, what I haven't done is added any courses. So the way this would work is you have an external customer that uses an external LMS, such as Canvas or Moodle. And then for each one of those customers, you would essentially have to add or register a new platform on AOM. So I've done an example here where this is a Canvas LTI and we have customer A. So this requires administration rights on the external LMS because I'll need to set up essentially this information here from AOM. And then that admin would then have to provide some information back as well, such as the client ID, the deployment ID. These URLs are usually known publicly, but yeah, the client ID and deployment ID would need to be provided by the external administrator. So then what I can do is I can say that I want this external LMS to have access to, let's say, these 3 courses. And if I wanted to, I could also say that any grades, so if there's any quizzes in these courses, that they can be synced back to the external LMS. So I'll just enable this as well. And then I'm going to say update the platform, just to save that. Okay, so now here I am on the Canvas LMS side. And what I'm going to do is create a new course. So we'll call this AOM API Demo Feb. Create that course. And as I mentioned, I've already set up LTI, AOM, LTI to function with this version of Canvas. So what that looks like, me as an admin in the Canvas LMS, I'll essentially have, so we obviously had a couple here, but this is the new one that I've added, AOM LTI tool FF demo. So I can use this. This will use what's called deep linking, which essentially means that it will go out to AOM and it will ask what courses is this platform allowed to select content from. So if we recall, I'll show it here as well, but we have these 3 courses that we're providing to them. And we can see that we have these 3 courses here as well. And they can essentially select what content they want to consume. So what we're seeing here is a course and then all the modules that are within that course. So I can actually kind of select what I want here. I could say I don't want this course, and maybe I only want this introduction from this course. So I'll hit submit selected content. So that'll retrieve the content, and then it will essentially save that as a module here in Canvas LMS. And then what I can do is to actually launch this content. So the content you're seeing here, so this is within an iframe, and it's essentially logging in the user into AOM. So I can show that in a second as well, that anything that the user does on their external LMS will also be available on AOM which means you'll have access to reporting for that user. You'll be able to see, the progress they've done on different courses. So let's just launch one of these courses just to quickly show what that looks like. One thing to also probably mention is the view you're seeing here is from an admin's perspective. When a learner actually takes this whole sidebar kind of goes away, and so this iframe will actually expand. A lot of that is very dependent on the external LMSs, how they treat or deal with external content or external LTI providers or tools. So it really depends on kind of them. We're sort of beholden to how they want to deal with it. So yeah, so I have the first introduction to text here. I think we've turned off the tracking here, which means it won't show as completed. It's completed as soon as it's opened. Here, actually, they need to spend 10 minutes, for instance. You see that there. So this one is locked, actually, because I need to finish this one. So that's an example of what that would look like. And then we can't get to the quiz because it's already locked due to this one needs to be done at 10 minutes. So now that I've essentially logged in, I've done a bit of progress on this course. What I'll show in a second as well is what that looks like on the AOM side. All right, so we're here in our AOM dashboard. What I'm going to do is search for this. I think it was development and training here. And I'm going to say I want to manage this course. And what I'll see here is actually that, so this was the user I had used here. So I can see that they're in progress. I could run a report on that course as well. And I can see that this user has done some progress, about 10% there. I could go in, look at what the progress they've done. I can see here that they completed the first module. The second one is not essentially in progress, but hasn't been completed because of that requirement to essentially spend 10 minutes on that module. And obviously nothing else has been started at this point. So let's just quickly overview how by using the LTI protocol, you can essentially allow external users, so users that are on, or customers that are using different LMSs, as long as the LMS has the ability to be an LTI provider, so LTI provider is the key term there, then they'll be able to essentially use any other LTI tool there, including Academy Online. So hope that was helpful, but obviously reach out to us if you have any questions.